Sunday in San Diego. Baseball with the Padres, and call out the Marines. The Padres need some firepower today, as their lack of hitting and the fine pitching of the Dodgers has produced 3 consecutive LA wins. As we welcome you to the opening week of baseball presented by Burger King. Petco Park the scene. Final game of the 4-game series, the Dodgers and the Padres. And we welcome you aboard along with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. Thank you for joining us. You know, fun day has been Sunday and day baseball last year. The Padres in day games were one of the better teams in baseball, 32-24. Can they call up some offense today?
I think they can. Here at Petco Park during Sunday Fun Day Run Day games, the ball has a tendency to travel. Maybe they can square up some Aaron Harang pitches for the extra bases, something that we haven't seen a lot of. And Glenn Hoffman being very busy in the third base coaching box this afternoon.
Aaron Harang, a high school here at Patrick Henry, San Diego State, grew up watching the Padres at Qualcomm.
He's got family and friends in here. The big key for Aaron Harang is we
And then as the Padres are introduced, they come out to their position and greet and thank our men and women in uniform. So we're set to go on this Sunday in San Diego with Clayton Richard going against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers trying to go 4-0 at the start of the season. They haven't done that since 1981 when they won the World Series. Here's their lineup. Gordon, Justin Sellers gets a start today at second. Then Kemp with Rivera in cleanup. Ethier bats fifth. Uribe moves up to the sixth spot. Loney seventh. Matt Trainer is the catcher, and Aaron Harang on the mound. Clayton Richard, 5-9 last year before the operation on that left shoulder. He last pitch on July 4th, so he's got some adrenaline pumping through his veins as he returns to the hill. And a long time when you're on the shelf, and we're underway on this Sunday, and Gordon takes a strike. Gordon with those 3 hits and 3 stolen bases last night, and then wins the game in the 11th with a line drive single. And you have to go back to Kenny Lofton 12 years ago when Lofton was playing for Cleveland to find a player that accomplished that. So that was no mean feat last night. Oh my! Headley with a snow cone catch of the line drive off the bat of Gordon. Well, I guess that's how you stop him.
You've heard the term frozen ropes. P-Rod coming right at you, and that ball nearly deflects off the glove. He's lucky he got a handle on that and kept a handle on it. Nicely done by Chet. He's expecting the bunt, right? In on the grass.
How about the reflexes? He's only 70 feet from home plate and makes that catch. Justin Sellers takes a strike. Sellers, 26 years of age, Huntington Beach, California, high school. He's only had 123 at-bats in the big leagues. This is a big start for him. Undoubtedly with friends and family here to cheer him on. First official at-bat in this 2012 year. Three pitches, and Sellers takes the long walk. Defense for the Padres, Guzman, Maven, and Venable in right field today with the right-hander on the mound. Headley and Bartlett on the left side. Andy Pino gets the start at second with Alfonso at first. And behind the plate, his first start, John Baker handling the offerings of Clayton Richard. Bud Black giving Nick Hundley a rest and getting a left-handed hitter in against Harang. Matt Kemp, counting last year, he's on a 15-game hitting streak and multiple hits in all 3 games of this series.
That's a good way to face him as well. Nobody on base. D. Gordon gone. Justin Sellers, uno dos, adios. And Clayton Richards got good fuzz on the heater.
There's a changeup that sails wide.
Fastball at 94 to Sellers, and the changeup's got some good bite to it.
Padres in their military Sunday camouflage uniforms.
It's a good look. Great look.
I like it.
I do too.
Kemp is 6 for 18 in his career against Clayton. And he leads the major leagues in this short week with 5 runs scored already. Pulled Headley. Got to hurry. Kemp can run, although he didn't go full speed out of the box. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Clayton Richard. We're underway. Maven, Venable, Headley coming up. Padres baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by Burger King, the proud sponsor of opening week baseball. Nice turnout on the lawns today in the park at the park here at Petco. Buddy Black cheering today against former right-hander that won 14 games for the Padres last year, Aaron Harang, the 33-year-old San Diego veteran. And Maben trying to beat out a bunt to lead off, fouls it away. He's 3 for 13 at the start, Maben. Harang, and this being Military Sunday when Aaron was pitching here last year, Aaron's Aces, that's one of his many causes. He would invite 30 guests from the armed forces every Sunday come at his expense and treated them to some nice memorabilia as well. He refound his good stuff after being cuffed around in Cincinnati a couple of years and had a terrific year, 14-7 with the Padres.
I think one of the things that Aaron Harang learned about pitching in a Padre uniform last year, other than Cincinnati, pitching more to the plate. Cincinnati, you can pitch off the plate and you would still be taken deep out of the yard the opposite way.
Gave up a lot of home runs with the Reds and hits Maben. Almost looked like off speed. Well, the Padres had the leadoff man on as we check the lineup. Maben followed by Venable. Headley hits third. Guzman again in the cleanup spot with Alonso on his 25th birthday, hitting fifth. John Baker's first start, left-handed hitting catcher. Jason Bartlett and Andy Pino, the youngster, gets his first opening call. He replaces Hudson at second base today, and then Richard bats ninth. Well, the Padres may be playing a little small ball, try to get the lead. That's been the problem in this series. In the first 4 innings, the Dodgers have scored 11 runs. The Padres, no runs.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit and get that runner over into scoring position. Try to get on the board first. Remember, movement in the batter's box creates movement on the infield. So that means that everybody's going to their responsibility if, in fact, the ball is bunted. Oh, Will Venable, he could pull back easily, right, and then spank that ball the opposite way and hit a hole.
And the count goes 2-0. And the very fact that Maben a threat to steal over there at first base. Harang has to hurry his move out of the stretch. He doesn't have the quickest move to the plate. And the Padres, of course, have studied that well. See if they put something on here. 2-0. Nope. And it's high, 3-0. So he hits Maben and falls behind Venable, 3-0.
There's a 2-0 changeup at 81 out of the hand of Harang.
Well, he had full moon wildness last night. Harang comes out with a hit batsman, and now the 3-0 is in there.
Now keep an eye on the velocity of Aaron Harang. That is about 88 miles an hour. He's usually 90, 91. On a good day, we saw him hit 92.
Really a good team member, wasn't he, Harang?
Yes.
Veteran, knows how to play, knows how to conduct himself in that uniform. Oh, he had him going the other way, and how did Maben get back? Maben definitely had taken a false step towards second, and Harang timed it perfectly, and Maben just able to dive back safe. See, he was frozen out there.
Yes, he was, spinning his wheels as well, going towards the outside part of the bag. Very close.
He could have been called out quite easily on that move by Harang, and another good move. First base umpire Gary Darling. 3 balls and a strike. Venable 1 for 6 on the new year. Maben's off, and it's fouled out of play.
He had a decent jump. Harang going with the slide step. You know, did you see Cameron? He was doing a little landscaping around his lead area. And Dick, you know, we watched the grounds crew before the game. They water it down. It's, you know, still has some moisture on it.
getting back to first base, it looked like Cameron spun his tires just a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be sticky for 2-3 innings. It dries out. He goes again and strikeout. The throw by Trainer is in almost into center field, backed up by Sellers. And Maben has a stolen base. Maben, who was very prolific stealing last year, 40 bags stolen, gets his first of the year. Chase Headley looking for his first hit, 0 for 11. Harang battling out of a 3-0 hole to strike out Venable.
I'd really like to see Chase come through here, run around second base, 1 out. Hey, split a gap somewhere and score a run here.
I thought you were going to say split a gut there for a moment, and there hasn't been much to laugh about thus far.
No, there hasn't.
2-0.
We talk about the 0-3 start, and Chase Headley 0 for 11. He's going to get 600 plus at bats. When he's at bat 375.
And again, Harang falls behind 3-0.
And he may be at bat 375, and he goes 0 for 10 to 385, and nobody really says much about it. But because it's at the beginning of the season, trying to get that first hit, trying to get that first win. It's tough. It's frustrating.
On the inside corner. Little cut fastball at 89. 3-1. 1 out. Maben in scoring position. The Padres trying to claim an early lead. Slider, and it's a full count.
Remember last year as a Padre, Aaron Harang had a lot of success throwing that slider down to the back foot of the left-handed hitters. That's exactly what he threw to Chase Headley. Swung right over the top of it. He might go back to that pitch with first base being open. Here it comes. Ooh, missed.
Misses outside with a fastball, and so the Padres have a couple of runners here with 1 out in the first inning. Checking the Los Angeles defense, Rivera in left, Kemp in center, Ethier the right fielder, Uribe, Gordon on the left side, Sellers and Loney at second and first, with a battery of Harang and Matt Trainer. Jesus Guzman, this is his hitting home, 346 lifetime here at Petco. He's the only Padre with a base hit in each of the first 3 games. Ball 1. Rang continues to fall behind the hitters here in the opening frame.
The velocity still 87, 88. Very hittable. Very hittable speed for these Padre hitters.
At the knees, 1-1. Change up to Guzman with Yonder Alonso on deck. Wouldn't it be nice to see him light a few candles today on his birthday?
You betcha.
Maben and Headley ready to go. And it's outside, 2-1.
You can see what Harang's trying to do to Guzman. Rather than going breaking ball, he's going back and forth with the velocity. Fastball high 80s, changeup high 70s, low 80s. I don't think he's thrown him a slider yet this at bat.
Into left center field, that's going to fall for a base hit. Here comes Maben to score. Headley's going to try to make it to third, and he's in there. The Padres take a 1-0 lead on a soft single to left by Jesus Guzman.
Nice hitting by Jesus Guzman. First pitch from Harang, trying to have him bait something down low. 1-1. Once again, no sliders, right? Trying to go back and forth, and he just hung a fastball right down the middle, very close at third base.
Good to see, though. Aggressive base running by Headley. Ball wasn't hit that hard, so it was in front of Headley. Saw it all the way. Took a sharp turn at second. So first and third with still just one out. And Alonso 1 for 10 so far as a Padre steps in on his 25th birthday.
Oh, to be 25 again, huh? Where were you at 25?
25. I was still at Indiana University studying for my doctorate.
That's awesome.
I can remember just about that time listening inside to Harvey Haddix pitching that no-hitter through 12 innings. I was up working on my dissertation and listening on the radio. Picked up the game, out of Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Joe Adcock ruined the no-hitter for the Milwaukee Braves. 1 ball, 1 strike. Line to left center field. Kemp is there. Makes the catch, but that takes him off balance, and Headley will score easily. It's 2-0. Alonso has his first Padre RBI. So the hit batsman and the walk become Padre runs.
And that was a breaking ball. You see Matt Trainer, he has to reach across on the inside part of the plate. And Dick making a good point. Kemp on the run into left center field. No chance of getting Headley tagging at third base. Hey, looky there. Number 2 under the Padres.
An early
logo.
lead. How's that?
You gotta like that.
Guzman still at first base with 2 outs. Here's John Baker. Baker's first official at bat as a Padre.
This is your guy today.
I like the way he swung the bat throughout spring training. He makes good contact. Fouls that one away.
You know who John Baker reminds me of, and it just occurred to me. And if you disagree with me, I totally understand. He falls under, and I'm not talking from a talent standpoint, I'm talking from just a cerebral, the way he is type of guy, a Ted Simmons.
Yeah, that's good. He's a very thoughtful, cerebral athlete. Hits this one hard, but right to Sellers. Short hop and the put out at first base. But the Padres on a single, a walk and a hit batsman get 2 with the first. Long Harbor Drive near the aircraft carrier Midway, of sailor's homecoming. Photograph in Time magazine during World War II. Very popular spot for photography here in San Diego. You go by there, the tourists love to get their picture taken there. They're the men that keep an order up in the right field corner, the drill sergeants. We had 9 of them on the field at the start. Good to have our Marines with us today.
Yes, it is. And you know what? If you're out in public and you're out in the mall and you see a serviceman or woman, go up and thank them.
Absolutely. Swing and a miss by Juan Rivera, and Richard in front, 2 strikes on the cleanup hitter, who's 4 for 10 in the series. Well, what a good sign. The Padres getting an early run and +1, 2-0 lead, and Clayton Richard not so well supported last year. In fact, in his 18 starts, 12 of the 18 starts, he got 2 runs or fewer. We thought Dustin Mosley was the one that wasn't supported. Well, Richard, not much better. Shortstop Bartlett on 2 hops, bobbles. Now he'll have to fire and gets Rivera, who's hardly a speedy runner. Speaking of Dustin Mosley, the bad news last night was that his right shoulder is sore, and he's been placed on the 15-day DL. And the Padres have called up left-hander Josh Spence, the popular Aussie, up from Tucson, and he'll be in the bullpen.
And Mosley just didn't look like the Dustin Mosley that we've seen in the past when he was healthy. Those walks in the 3rd inning, threw up a red flag, the velocity.
Ethier steps up, and he's had trouble getting his base hits against Richard, but, well, there's Bartlett playing just right, shaded towards second, and throws him out. So Ethier now 2 for 17 head-to-head with Clayton Richard.
It's always in the first step. Bartlett recognizes the ball to his left, 2 hands in front of him, and just gets Ethier. Square the shoulder. Flipper flips it over there nicely.
So 5 straight retired by Clayton Richard. Juan Uribe, he's 0 for 8 on the season, takes a strike. Now, while Ethier's had his trouble hitting Richard, Uribe has had his way with the left-hander. He's 8 for 18 with a couple of home runs. Richard pumps in another strike, 0-2. Tailing fastball, good zip on it, 93 miles an hour. And this one bounces in.
There was a story found out this morning about Dustin Mosley, how in the game last night he threw a fastball, right? Number 1 fastball. He looked up at the board where they keep the pitches, and it said changeup 81. And right then and there I was like, okay.
Right fielder Venable tested, but he's there. And it's another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Dodgers. Middle of the second, 2-0 for the home side. happy Easter, and welcome aboard. Whether you're in the prime box seats or the good seats out there on the grass with a little Sunday picnic.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a bad seat in the ball yard, is there?
No. Jason Bartlett leads off the second for the Padres. Goes around. It's Bartlett, Pino, and then Clayton Richard against Aaron Harang. Keep the faith. I like that. A couple of ladies with their rabbit ears. An expression that might be tossed out from a dugout verbally at times. Rabbit ears.
To the umpire. Hey, rabbit.
Strike three on the outside corner. Brett McHenry's with us. Brett.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, I talked to Andy Pino earlier today, right when he found out that he would be starting today. He said the key for him not having that everyday role is to keep a routine. When I asked him what exactly he did, he said, you know what, I'm going to save that. I'm a little superstitious, don't want to say it on camera, but I did have a very big breakfast. Back to you guys.
Yeah, these players do like their breakfast, and this is kind of the breakfast capital. You know, La Jolla, you walk around town on a Saturday, Sunday morning, and you can't get into a restaurant. Everyone comes out. They'd love to have breakfast on the town.
Full stack of pancakes. Load up the hash browns.
Pino, base hit to center field. Well, his superstition pays off on his first at bat here in the 2012 season.
The sound of the ball off that bat sounded like bacon just sizzling in the pan. The bat sizzling for Andy Pino. Fight it off and right up the middle. Listen to the bacon sizzle.
Flapjack. Second hit off Harang.
Good for Andy.
They take that ball out of play. They're going to save it for Pino, his first hit of the 2012 season. Did he not have a hit coming up late last year? Must have. Yeah, he had 8 hits last year. Clayton Richard trying to move Pino into scoring position, give Maben a chance to the 2-0 lead. Well, you tennis fans, a big surprise for the U.S. of A. today. John Isner beat Joe Willie Tsonga in the Davis Cup, and the U.S. beats France 3-1. How about that? Big John using that serve. They're in the semifinals against the defending champion Spain side. They play not till September. That Davis Cup is such a mess. You never know when they're playing. That's a big win for the U.S. and Isner.
Clayton Richard not getting that bat head and stabbing at that pitch. Not really the best technique. He's got to get a good foundation in getting that bat head out in front of home plate and catching that baseball with the bat. You know, Dick, you've mentioned that many times.
Just nail a glove on the barrel end of the bat and just try to catch the ball, and that serves as the bunt. Squares early. That's a good one. Harang has only one play with Sellers covering. 1-4 on the sacrifice, and that earns a hand for Richard as he comes back to the dugout.
He finally gets the job done. Nice sacrifice. See the head of the bat right there, out in front of home plate. And he did you notice also he did not stab at that one. He let the ball travel to the bat.
Catch it. Now that'd be a good routine for you and Mark Sweeney to go through the whole the sacrifice bunt, the drag bunt, push bunt, and the butcher boy chop. That'd be a nice little routine on one of the pregame shows. Ground ball, glove by Uribe, and he throws out Maben on a close play. Well hit by Maben, but Uribe took that one out of left field and denied a run. No runs, a hit, a man left for the Padres. We've completed 2, and it remains 2-0. Top of the third, and Loney, first ball swinging, hits one deep down the left field line, but it's slicing out of play. Clayton Richard, true to form against the Dodgers. He's had some of his best outings against LA, 4-1 lifetime with a 2.58 ERA, and he's retired the first 6 in order thus far on this Sunday. Loney 0 for 8 starting the year. 84 on the slider from Clayton Richard. Off day tomorrow, and then the Arizona Diamondbacks come to town. Hope to see you out here Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon, and Thursday night. Volquez against Trevor Cahill making his first start for Arizona on Tuesday night, 6 o'clock for Padres Live here on Fox Sports San Diego. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Well, those are the seats where you really get a taste of the good hard fastball, the ball off the bat.
Over but low, full count.
You know, we get so desensitized from this game sitting far away. You don't realize how quickly and hard the ball is hit off the bat, how crisply the ball is thrown, right?
It's like any sport. Once you get down on the field of play, fouled away.
Have you ever
Same
sat
as basketball or
NBA?
football. Or how about kickoff in an NFL game?
Oh,
frightening. I mean, the speed and the power, and you feel the energy of the human athlete, and the same is true here. You get the sound and the feel, the speed, the power. But the other point, I thought you were going to go there, is that no matter where you sit, it's a different angle, a different game, and it's delightful. I mean, they only have a ticket where you can go anywhere you want. Each inning, you can move to a different seat. Broken bat shattered, flips by Clayton Richard, who then uninhibited. He's able to get over to first base and cover on the 3-1 put up.
Okay, people, what are we saying at home when a ball's hit this way? Let me hear you. Get over there. You betcha. You talked about getting in the kitchen alone. Music to my ears.
Big sliver goes between Richard and the first base bag. Put out number 7 in a row for Clayton. Here's Matt Trainer. Trainer, veteran catcher, 36 years of age. Played high school in Santa Ana at Modern Day High School. His wife more famous than he. Fouled at the plate. She's got a couple of gold medals. The last 2 Olympic Games, 04 and 08. Misty May and beach volleyball. They are great athletes, aren't they? How they can play that beach volleyball just one-on-one, or even the doubles, cover all that territory.
I was going to say, I get tired just watching that. I mean, just try running in the sand. That's a workout in itself. Now you got to play volleyball? Come on.
1-2 to Trainer. Fly ball to left, hit pretty well. Guzman trying to track it down, but it's Maben calling him off to make the catch. Halfway onto the warning path as Trainer flirts with a home run.
Off the end of the bat just a little bit. Was he out in front? Yeah, he had to go down and get down and away. Maben, warning track. See, he has his hand out just in case running into that wall.
I was a little worried. He kind of took his eye off the ball at the last stride, didn't he? Looked to see where that Ashford sign was.
Did you notice what he was doing there also on our instruction the other day? Mark Sweeney was talking outfield play, how you point your foot towards your target where the ball is hit, you sprint, and then we saw Cameron Maben pull the parachute to Kemp underneath that high fly ball.
Orang, a wild swing. It's 0-2.
Here it is. Sprint, glove by his side, pull the chute, cruise under it for the catch.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Clayton Richard perfect through the first 3 innings. 2-0 Padres. against Aaron Harang. And it's time now for our Geico quote of the game. And on Military Sunday, how about General George Patton? Courage is fear holding on a minute longer. Now there was one of the great American leaders and one of the best motion pictures of all time.
George C. Scott, right?
Yeah. Patton. I can remember where I saw the movie. Can you?
I cannot. Where did you see it?
With an Angel trip in Kansas City. Took a matinee performance of Patton with Don Drysdale.
Nice.
And saw George Patton. Will Venable leads it off. Bottom of the third. Struck out his first time against his former teammate, Aaron Harang. Headley and Guzman to follow. Well, the Tampa Bay Rays have shut out the Yankees 3-0. Jeremy Hellickson going 8 2/3 shutout ball and relief help. That's a final.
How about the Pinstripers winless, huh?
Yeah. How about the Tigers? Venable lofts one deep to right center field. Ethier back to the wall and makes the catch as he slams into the screen fence. That's a triple if he doesn't catch it. And Venable just misses. That's a 400-foot out.
Boy, he puts a good swing on it. That ball is right down the middle of the plate. Maybe under it just a little bit too much. Doesn't look like the wind is really going to be a factor this afternoon. One of the deepest parts of the ballpark. He put a good swing on it.
Kids out there in the sandbox thought they were going to get a souvenir. Headley, ground ball sharply to Loney. One pitch to Headley, and he's out. 2 gone. 2 quick outs for Harang here in the bottom of the third. The Tigers trailing Boston 10-7 in the ninth, and Miguel Cabrera slugs a 3-run homer. In the bottom of the ninth, Boston 10, Tigers 10 in the 10th. You don't see those 3 numbers all locked in at the same time. Strike to Guzman, who has the only hit of the game, a single to left field that scored Maben from second, and Headley's hustle from first to third positioned him so he came home on Alonso's sacrifice fly. That was in the first inning. Slider away, 2-1.
Usually you're seeing the starting pitcher on the bench with the jacket on, kind of just collecting his thoughts. Clayton Richard doing a little tap dancing down there in that dugout.
Guzman with the only hit in that 2-run first inning, and Andy Pino the other base hit for the Padres. The young second baseman with a single to center. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the count full to Guzman with Alonso waiting his turn.
Who let the dogs out?
It's their holiday too, I guess. Ground ball toward deep short, bobbled by Gordon, fires, not in time. Loney tried the quick move off the bag. That first base umpire Darling calls it safe. That'll be an error on Gordon.
Now, it looked like Gordon went with the backhand. Yeah, you know what? I think he had time to get in front of that baseball. Catches it on the heel. Ooh, very close at first base. See how much time when he was set up with the backhand? It looked like he had plenty of time to get in front of that baseball, yep. Dick, and use 2 hands.
But that's the fielding move du jour of these days. It's cooler to go backhand rather than taking that little extra half step and be in front of the ball. Driving Jerry Coleman just absolutely crazy. He can't stand it when
I could just hear him
when a player has a chance to front the ball and not backhand it. Here's Alonso, sacrifice fly in the first inning. Fouls that one out of play.
A lot of times Alonso hits the ball in the air. It's towards left center field. That's why the Dodger defense, Kemp shading on the shortstop side of second base.
Down low. I've been chuckling ever since reading a New York Times article this morning about the 62 New York Mets.
Oh.
And Jimmy Breslin, who wrote the book, I think the title was "Can Anyone Play This Game?"
Right.
Casey Stengel was the manager, recounting the marvelous Marv Throneberry story, where Throneberry triples against the Cubs. Ernie Banks is at second base, calls for the ball, says he didn't touch second base. Throneberry is called out. Stengel goes out to argue. The umpire says, "Hey, Casey, he didn't touch first either." Down low.
Roger Craig was on that team.
Oh,
that
my.
62 Mets team. Oh, baby.
Not much hubba hubba on that Mets team, but they were fun. They were fun. The action pitch to Alonso, 2-1. Well, the count now in his favor. Change up from Harang.
Not the best ratio for Aaron Harang. The next toss will be number 50.
They play Alonso just a shade toward left, and he walks. So an error and a 2-out walk. Padres have something going here with John Baker, the hitter. Speaking of hitting, how about on the road? Take the Padres with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv, and you'll see every Padres out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Padres.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. What a world we live in. John Baker rounded to second his first time. Here's his second at-bat as a Padre. Guzman at second, Alonso at first. Padres with a chance to add to their 2-0 advantage.
Mistake, middle in. Take a look at this pitch from Aaron Harang. Trainer set up outside, leaks middle in, and that is a hitter's delight. That's the one you spin on, and you're hoping you're hitting it into the stands.
Fouled into the glove of Trainer. Baker coming to the Padres from the Miami Marlins for Wade LeBlanc. LeBlanc didn't make the 25-man Marlin roster. He's at New Orleans, their AAA farm club. Fouled back. Baker wearing number 21, as you can see on his Padre uniform. That was his second favorite player. You can guess who 21, Roberto Clemente. But his favorite was 22, one of your favorites, with the San Francisco Giants.
Will Clark?
You bet. Will Clark was, he emulated Clark as a kid. Left-handed hitter, sweet swing.
See, I was going to show my age there because I was originally going to say Jack Clark, because I played with Jack, and Jack wore 22 for many, many years as a Giant. And then Will came along and
took the 22.
Yeah.
2 on, 2 out. Hit the left center field. That's dying in a hurry. Kemp, more left fielder Rivera, no play.
Score.
And the throw to third. They get him, but as you were urging Guzman to get to home plate to score before the out was recorded at third on Alonso. But it's an RBI single for Baker. It's 3-0. And the Padres enjoy the lead after 3. the third inning on and there a walk and the single by John Baker, but you've got to hurry here on this play.
Good point, Dick. With 2 outs, there's a play developing at third base, but the runner trying to score has to score before that out is made. If he doesn't touch home plate, that being Jesus Guzman, and he is tagged out for the third out, guess what? The run doesn't score. Watch the umpire. He's watching the play as it develops.
We'll see it here as Clayton, working quickly as per usual, faces D. Gordon. That runner heading for home has to hit home plate before the out's recorded or the run does not count.
See, the umpire's getting an angle. He sees there's going to be a play developing. Is he going to score before the out? Hub home plate, tag at third, and the umpire.
Gordon chops it back to the mound, and Richard. And he's had trouble all last year. Again this year, he just has trouble throwing the ball to first base. The yips.
You know, at times he falls into trouble throwing strikes to home plate. Every pitcher goes through that. When he picks off to first base, doesn't seem to have a problem. But a batted ball thrown to first base or second base or third or even home plate on a force play, seems Clayton Richard just has difficulty firing a strike.
And you don't want to give that gift error to D. Gordon, so you got the leadoff man on and the dangerous runner, 3 steals last night. And the pitch is a strike to Justin Sellers. In his career, Clayton with 14 errors, most of those on bad throws.
See, pick off to first base, no problem, right? Fires a strike over there.
And of course, in the scouting reports that come back as the team travels around the league, the opposing scouts out of play come back and say, hey, it's not always a bad thing to bunt on Clayton Richard because you might challenge that throwing arm to first base. That should have been an easy out and 10 straight outs, but Gordon safe on the air. Barrel voiced fan down there. Strike him out, throw him out. Get the old double play with a strikeout and a throw through to second should Gordon be running. 1-2.
Mark Sweeney's down by the Padre dugout. Hey, Mark, with that pickoff move of Clayton Richard, is he faking you out down there as well?
He is, and he's got that slide step, which we went over in the pregame. He just varies his moves. That's the most important thing, and gives different looks to D. Gordon and also Davey Lopes, the first base coach.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the majority of the time, Mark Sweeney, these runners will go on first move. As soon as that leg is lifted, they will be off and running. Did you see Gordon was going back to the bat?
Yes.
See that?
Well, that good move at least is keeping Gordon in check to this point.
Well, you'll see also, guys, Davey Lopes is one of the best first base coaches in Major League Baseball, and he'll go over and look at keys. They break this down in film prior to the game.
There he goes, popped up. They put the bluff on Gordon. In comes Venable, and Gordon able to get back to first base. They bluff a ground ball, hoping that Gordon would continue to run slide to second. They might get a double play out of it, but he alertly is yelled back by Davey Lopes, the coach at first.
Well, let's see when D. Gordon took off. Leg kick, he kind of waited. He waited till Clayton Richard committed, and then he took off, heard the crack of the bat, pick up the baseball, so he doesn't get doubled up at first base.
1 out to Matt Kemp, grounded to third his first time. Check swing foul.
Kemp mad at himself there because that he wasn't intending on swinging at that, trying to hold up, and the ball found his bat. So advantage Clayton Richard, 0-1.
about this? Clayton Richard, 12 batters, 12 first pitch strikes.
Oh, there's a slide step pick off to first base. Mark, does Davey Lopes have a stopwatch in his hand down there?
Oh, all first base coaches do, yes.
Looks like he's got a sporting goods store down there, too. He's got a shin pad and elbow pad.
Ground ball to third. Nice play by Headley. Gets Gordon. And they can't double up the fast running Kemp, but they take care of Gordon, get him off the bases. A good thing.
It's always good to get that lead runner. Good hard slide into second base by D. Gordon. And keeping the ball on the ground off the bat of Matt Kemp.
Juan Rivera grounded to short his first time. Kemp, of course, an outstanding base stealer as well. So Gilbert watching by Richard. Well, in the offseason, back east, the New York Mets, much maligned in the press. They were talking about them in one of the reasons, the Times article today, comparing them to the 62 Mets, the miserable Mets, that they didn't think they had a chance. All they've done is swept Atlanta in the first 3 games of the season, the Mets. And Tampa Bay with a 3-game sweep of the Yankees. High, but not deep enough. That sure had the sound. Maben makes the catch despite an error his own. Richard is through 4 innings without allowing a hit. Wonderful warm feeling through you that U.S. Marine Corps, him, the young men and women out there, the Charlie Company, 1st Recruit Training Battalion, the United States Marines, and their drill sergeants. That'll never get old. Good to have them with us. That's part of why the San Diego Padres organization saluting the military, the best in all of baseball, maybe the best in all of sport in terms of honoring our men and women in uniform.
And you know what? It's known throughout the country because when we travel, I've got friends in all these cities that we travel to, and they say one of the things that really sticks out is, boy, on Sundays in the military there, it's awesome.
2-1 to Bartlett, and that's on the outside corner. Bartlett takes a long look at it. Struck out looking his first time. Perino and then Richard to follow here in the 4th.
Mark Sweeney's down by the crowd there. Some excitement in the crowd also when the Marines, that the recruits are honored, huh, Mark?
Yeah, Mark and Dick, there's nothing better than that, especially during the game. It puts everything in perspective, understanding you're playing a game, but it's so great to see that with these guys and respecting what they do for us.
On their way to earning the Globe and Anchor, right? Becoming a Marine.
Most of them probably 18, 19 years of age.
Incredible.
Vipra. Perino with a base hit to center field his first time. Hits this one well to left center. And that's still going. Kemp doesn't see it. That ball is gone. Touch 'em all.
Who picked Perino today?
I think Britt picked Perino. He's got a single and a home run. She's going to jump to the top of the standings. Boy, did that ball leave like a rocket off the bat. Nothing Padres.
Mentioned it in the pregame show. The ball is going to be traveling today during the day game, and Andy Perino going opposite field. That's impressive.
Kemp, almost as if he didn't see the ball off the bat. Then he took a late break, and then all he could do is watch it fly out of here.
Guys, watching that ball, I looked right at Dave Roberts. The ball took off like a rocket, but Dave Roberts was still shaking his head as Perino crossed the plate. He couldn't believe an opposite field home run like that.
First major league home run. Congratulations to Andy Perino. Clayton Richard spoiling that one from Harang.
Now, Mark Sweeney, we talk about timing in a hitter's swing. Did you see the toe tap Andy Perino had?
I did.
Getting that front foot down.
And you know what, Mud, during the pregame when we interviewed him, he talked about getting in a routine. That's how he has to do his timing mechanism because he doesn't get the at-bats. He's a bench player. He has to rely on a routine.
That is so awesome for Andy Perino. You know, Dick, I'm right there with you. As soon as that ball was hit, I isolated Matt Kemp in center field, and he just pulled up and looked up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that ball's going to get out. But he must have really squared it up nicely.
Maben grounds that one up the middle into center field. That's one of your favorite plays, the ground ball to center field. Maben with his fourth hit of the new season. And with 2 outs, he'll be a threat to steal. Dave Roberts over to talk to him now. Well, Perino showed his power, and you know he doesn't look, and you think infielder, and that utility tag usually indicates good glove, no bat. But Perino showed that he can hit both right and left-handed with some significant power. Memory serves me, he had 4 home runs this spring. Venable just missed a home run himself the last time. Sent Ethier all the way to the 400-foot sign in right center to capture his bid for extra bases. Two and 0 count in Venable's favor, and with a 2-0 count, figure that takes away the pitch out, and we'll see if Maben might be going. Perino had 5 home runs this spring and 9 runs batted in, so he gets his first big league shot today. That would be a ball that he would like to get back. Maybe they'll find the fan who came up with a baseball and make an exchange, and so he has the real deal.
I'm sure Andy would gladly give up like an autographed hat or a bat in exchange for the baseball.
Maben goes. Throw by Trainer. Way too high. Second steal of the game for Maben. Well, he's in scoring position now with a.
And the second time that Trainer has worked underneath the baseball, throw to second base, and it's high.
Strike at the plate, 2-1.
Cradle that bag at second base and hang on.
Embrace that baby.
Cuddle up to that pillow at second base.
Yeah, that's what, when we go on the road, we have our little, cuddle things that we, put in the suitcase, and you got to, have fuzzies. Huh?
It's all routine, right?
Yeah. Checks a swing, and the count goes full on Venable.
Good job by Venable recognizing that slider that he just swung over the top of and then spitting on that last one.
Low, ball 4. Harang down 4-0, and he's walked his third man. Well, fans, this year you can save when you buy your San Diego Padres tickets early. Prices will vary depending on the game that you're planning on attending. When you buy, though, they also vary, and they're cheaper the earlier that you purchase the ticket. So check Padres.com for current ticket prices, and be sure to buy early and save some money and enjoy Major League Baseball here at Petco. Headley looks at a strike. Walked and scored in the first. Hit the ball hard, but right at first baseman Loney, who took care of it unassisted last time. First and second. With 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Padres with another run on Perino's home run. Ball, 2 strikes. Maven at second, Venable at first. The Padres' 2 best base runners aboard as Headley searches for his first hit of the year. Two and two. Fastball cut just under the hands of Headley. That's a good weapon for Harang when he gets it in there.
Yeah, he'll throw the fastball for a strike, then he'll throw that slider, giving the hitter the illusion it's going to be a fastball, then bang, it's out of the zone, and you swing over the top of it.
2 on, 2 out, 2 and 2 outside. Runners will be off. Headley was down 0-2 in the count, has worked it full.
Shocker.
Every game, full count. Chase Headley. Pulled foul.
Mark Sweeney could have handled that one. Get the first base mitt there. You're all over that, Sweeney dog.
Yeah, I'm all over it. Right over in the stands, reaching over, gobbling it up.
They're off, and it's ball 4. The bases are loaded. A Padre over every pillow for Jesus Guzman. So Harang, 4 walks and a hit batsman. That's out of character for him. Usually good control. And Rick Honeycutt and Don Mattingly.
A little beehive working down there in that Dodger bullpen. We've got some worker bees getting up, getting loose. So Rick Honeycutt going out there to have a little chat, enabling the Dodger relievers to get loose.
Padres 1 swing away from breaking this wide open.
And Guzman's got to be that guy, don't you think? That one guy in the lineup to be that threat, to pose that threat of a 2-run shot, 3-run shot.
Until Carlos Quentin returns in a couple of weeks.
Right.
Just think how that's going to change the character of that batting order. You get another dangerous hitter right in the middle of the lineup for Bud Black. Jamie Wright, who has worked in 2 of the 3 games of this series, getting loose. Padres that are on the disabled list now at the start of the season. Logan Forsythe recovering from that foot surgery. Mark Kotze looks as if he's almost full strength. Ran at full speed before the game in the outfield. Quinton from knee surgery. Stauffer with the elbow, and Mosley with a shoulder placed on the DL last night as they called up left-hander Josh Spence from Tucson. Foul back. Got into his kitchen there.
It was an elevated fastball. Not a bad hack from Guzman. Bases are FOP, full of Padres.
Maben at third, Venable at second, Headley at first. Couple of foul balls, and Harang ahead on the count. 2 strikes to Guzman.
See if he tries to toy with him and throw those sliders down and away off the plate.
On the outside corner, strike 3, a fastball. So the Padres leave the bases loaded, but Andy Perino gives them their 4th run of the game, his first major league home run. Opposite field for Perino.
Nothing lead, and I'm sure some people who really like to see that are the Alonso family I'm sitting with right now. I'm with Yaine, his sister. Came all the way out from Miami. How proud of your brother are you?
We're all really extremely proud. I mean, Miami's a long way from here, but, you know, we're all really excited to see opening day here today, so we're really, really excited.
You told me there's one thing in particular he really wants. What are you going to do for his birthday later today?
Well, he asked my mom this morning. He texted me this morning. He's like, can you please tell Mom to cook some home, cooked meal, and we're probably going to make some beans and rice and steak, and it's going to be awesome.
Awesome. See, even major leaguers want a home-cooked meal. Back to you guys.
All right. Sounds good, doesn't it? Richard covering, and Alonso's flipped to Richard, but Richard can't glove it. It looked to be a pretty good toss off the glove by Alonso, but Richard couldn't field it cleanly, and safe at first is Andre Ethier.
And we know how important that first out of any inning is, and the Padres were just didn't held onto the baseball to get that first out, especially after Clayton Richard throwing 14 consecutive first pitch strikes. That would have been a huge out to get Ethier.
Second error on Richard in the game.
A very catchable ball. It was a good flip from Alonso.
Uribe lined to right his first time. Yonder Alonso's sister is studying to be a medical doctor.
Nice.
We're getting ready for the birthday and good Cuban meal tonight. Wouldn't you like to be at that table? Infield looks for a double play chance. That's a strike. Slider on the inside corner.
Now 15 consecutive first pitch strikes. Clayton Richard in a groove, working quickly.
Only base runners he's allowed are on his 2 errors, a throwing error and a failure to catch that last toss. And there's the first hit of the game for the Dodgers. Turning at second and holding his Ethier as Venable gets it in. And here's the Dodgers' first serious threat of the game. 2 on, no one out. Brings up James Loney.
That was a classic example of a pitch that Uribe got his hands through first, letting the barrel of the bat travel and inside outing that baseball, hitting the inside part of that baseball and punching that hole on the right side. Mark Sweeney down there by the dugout. What type of play you think John Baker's out there, given the science of the infield?
Well, they're just making sure that they know the runners know where everyone's put in place. He's kind of the field general out here, making sure that everyone is responsible on bases.
And suddenly the Dodgers quiet through 4 innings, 1 swing away from climbing right back into this 4-0 game.
Outfield really shading Loney towards the left field line.
Wild swing there. Loney grounded to first his first time up. Ethier at second. Uribe at first. Back through the middle. Perino to Bartlett to first. A double play. 4-6-3 and a good shuttle toss from Perino to Bartlett. As that chemistry, the articulation between the middle infielders has to be sharp, and it was here.
And did you see what Perino did? He immediately committed to second base in the toss, not worrying about Uribe. Some infielders might want to go to the runner, right, and tag. That allows the runner from home plate more time to get to first. Nice flip to Bartlett. Nicely done.
So 2 outs on the 4-6-3 twin killing. And Matt Trainer, the batter, fly to deep left center the first time up. Took Maben to the warning path. Ethier at third with 2 out. And the count goes 2-0. Other NL West action. Houston defeats Colorado 3-2. So the Astros took 2 out of 3 in that series with the Rockies. (3-0) with the pitcher due next, but the bullpen busy, and it would be unlikely that Harang would hit for himself if the Dodgers had first and third. Giants losing the first 2 at Arizona, but lead 6-0 today after 4. 3-1. Lindblom getting loose in the pen for the Dodgers. Fly ball to left. Guzman back a couple of steps, and that's it. A threat in the 5th, an error and a single, but Richard pitches out of it. Halfway mark in this one, 4-0 San Diego. tell you that in a moment. But first, the TNT trivia question. Name the Padres all-time leader in wins against the Dodgers. Career wins against the dreaded Dodgers. What Padre has won more than any other? We'll give you the answer next half inning, but the answer to the bronze statue of Gwynn is 1,200 pounds.
Wow.
9 feet tall. Last of the fifth, and Harang, because of the double play, his turn at bat did not come up in the top of the inning. There's a line drive to right field for a base hit. Yonder Alonso with a base hit on his birthday.
Hey, feliz cumpleaños to Yonder Alonso. Got that foot set out in front, keeping his hands back and spanking that ball.
And the Alonso family happy with the result of that swing.
That's awesome. Oh, that's sweet. That is so nice.
Great that they could be here
Yes.
for his opening series as a Padre. Here's Baker, an RBI single and 2 trips.
That was like right out of the Newlywed Game. They got the answer right. They turned and kissed her at Bob Eubanks. All right, congratulations, Alonsos. Just won a trip to Tahiti. Oh, how nice.
And you think of what that family had sacrificed to be able to be here at this moment today,
Right.
leaving Cuba with all their belongings behind and having to work 3 different jobs, Mr. Alonso. And his son, Yonder, realized that even in high school and college, he had to come home and help out, bring the earnings into the family. Some great lessons learned, and now to share this moment.
You know what? They deserve some love. A lot of love in the Alonso family. Good for them.
Bartlett fouls that out of play. Baker strikes out, the first out here in the 5th inning. And Harang, despite the troubles in the last inning, struck out the side, gave up a home run, and left the bases loaded. He has 6 strikeouts in the game. Bartlett has been punched out twice. Boy, that's a good looking bunt. Uribe throws it away. Alonso to third. Here's a dive into second, and safe is Jason Bartlett. That might be a hit and an error. A perfect bunt by Bartlett, so credit him with a bunt single. And then an error on Uribe that moved the runners up 90 feet.
2 spikes. The one from Uribe and then the one from Sellers. And just like that, the Padres have a couple runners in scoring position. Time to add on.
That'll bring the infield in for Andy Pino, who is 2 for 2, a single to center and a home run to left center field. So the Dodgers with their second error. Clayton Richard with a couple of errors on the Padres side, and Pino earning respect, intentionally walked. Will be the 5th walk from Harang. Obviously, they'd rather pitch with the bases loaded to Clayton Richard.
Sure.
Richard has 9 RBIs in his major league career. Remember on Tuesday night against Kansas City, he flirted with a home run down the right field line.
Yes, he did.
So Pino is on. He joins Alonso and Bartlett. And a chance to really help himself, Clayton Richard. And the possible squeeze is certainly not out of the question, and the Dodgers will be alert to that. But first, a pitching change as Don Mattingly has come out and will go to the bullpen with Jamie Wright ready to come in, and he'll pitch to Clayton Richard. That's it for Harang. Wright comes in. The Padres have a 4-0 lead, looking for more with the bases full. question, our AT&T trivia question. The most wins by a Padre pitcher against the Dodgers in a career. Jake Peavy, 13-2 in 15 starts. He dominated LA. Clayton Richard with the bases loaded, 1 out. Takes inside and low, ball 1. Third baseman Uribe edging in on the grass in case a possible squeeze is on. Middle infield playing back for a double play. Loney is right at the edge of the grass at first as you look at Wright's numbers. 2-0.
You know, Wright had difficulty last night, did not record an out. He walked 2. The Padre hitters know that. And the only advantage, if in fact there were to be a squeeze play on for the Dodgers, remember it's a force play at the plate. Trainer would just act as a first baseman. No tag needed.
Chopped over the mound. Could be 2. Gordon right at the bag. 6-3 double play. Boy, that was room service double play, ground ball right to the bag, leading Gordon. So the Dodgers duck out of trouble. It remains 4-0. Game summary. Jesus Guzman with an RBI single, part of a 2-run first inning. John Baker delivers his first Padre hit and drives in a run to make it 3-0 in the third. And Andy Perino goes long ball to left center field, his first major league homer for the 4-0 lead. Padres have had the bases loaded twice since Perino's home run, but unable to get more runs, as Clayton Richard allowing just 1 hit and a couple of errors committed by himself. And that's been it for the Dodgers.
Big story for Clayton Richard is strike 1. He's getting ahead of these Dodger hitters very nicely.
Mark Ellis will pinch hit for Jamie Wright. Ellis has been a starter in the series, 3 for 14, and a couple of doubles for him. So it'll be Ellis, then the top of the order, Gordon and Sellers for Los Angeles. 4-0, top of the 6th. And again, that first pitch strike from Clayton Richard. Fly ball lifted to right center. Venable doesn't see it. Drops the ball, and Ellis is safe at first base. Looked as if Venable lost the ball in the sun.
Oh, that hurts. Drifting. Oh, he had that right in the breadbasket. He's got the shades. Kind of backed up. He may have lost it just for a second. It's got to be frustrating for Will, no doubt. Clayton Richard making a good pitch to the pinch hitter. Should be 1 out.
Third error committed by the Padres today. They had 3 in the opening game. There's that good move to Ellis, keeping him honest. Gordon lined to third, opened the game. Headley with a terrific reaction catch, playing in on the grass, and safe on an error was Gordon the last time, trying to bunt his way aboard. Looks as if he got a piece of that on his left hand. So he tried to pull that drag bunt. Well, his first game, 4 games of the season, we've 2 unlikely plays. Maben dropping the ball in center field, and Venable today.
It's very frustrating for everybody, and also it gets to be frustrating for the starting pitcher or the relief pitcher, because the workload just continues to go up. Rather than 1 out, nobody on base, now Clayton Richard has to add to the pitch total, and that takes its toll.
66 pitches today for Richard. Count goes 1-2 to D. Gordon. With trouble down the line after Sellers, it's Kemp in the hole for Los Angeles. Smothered foul.
You know, one thing I've noticed about D. Gordon, how many guys, Dick Enberg, do you see that actually choke up on the bat?
Not many, Mark Grant.
Look at D. Gordon right there, choking up. Bat control, that's what that's all about.
Got him swinging. Boy, he fooled him badly with that slider. The 3rd strikeout of the game for Clayton Richard.
Clayton's having a good day on the mound. First pitch strikes are the big story, and getting ahead, the hitter becomes defensive. A bad swing there on the double play. Yeah, that'll bring a smile to Clayton Richard's face. He is in control.
Justin Sellers, the batter, struck out and flied to right. See that number 12 on his back, and you think Tommy Davis. Fans would go back to the National League batting champion of the Dodgers in 1962, and they'll be celebrating their 50th anniversary at Dodger Stadium with the opening night game against Pittsburgh on Tuesday night. Swinging bunt. That's a tough play. Richard fires and gets him. Now when he had to rear back and throw it, it was a strike. It's the soft, easy throws that give Clayton Richard a problem.
It's almost that Clayton Richard has to think to himself, I've got to rush it in order to make a good throw, right? The more I think about it, the more it.
Well, that was a good play. Had to go barehanded.
Great play.
So 2 out. Ellis moves to second base, and Matt Kemp, the hitter, he's grounded out twice. So the inning should be over. Ellis at second base by way of the drop fly ball by Venable. Outside, and it's time for the Sequan Casino Daycation stat of the game. NL leaders, most strikeouts in the last 3 years plus. Ryan Howard, Mark Reynolds, Dan Uggla, Matt Kemp, 4th most strikeouts because of swings like that. But in this series, he's only struck out twice.
And the flip side of that statistic, those guys are going to hit 40 plus home runs.
Yeah, you can excuse the strikeout when you hit for power, but if you strike out a lot and you don't hit home runs, then that's the bad formula. And that was the problem with the Padres last year. Basically last in the league in home runs and last in the league in terms of striking out the most. I guess that makes you first in the league in a bad category. So that was a discussion during the offseason, trying to shore that stat up. No pitch, no pitch. Timeout call by Kemp. 1-1 the count. Ellis at second, 2 outs here in the Dodgers 6th inning.
How about this little nugget for Clayton Richard? Of the 20 hitters he has faced prior to Matt Kemp, 9 for 20, 0-2 counts. 9 times, Mrs. Bueller. 9.
High fly ball to center. Maben giving ground to the wall. Touch 'em all. Kemp. Oh boy, I thought Maben, had he gotten to the wall, could have made a leap and made the catch. He hit the wall, but he hadn't left his feet. Kemp has another homer, his second of the series, and the Padre lead is cut in half. It's 4-2. See that one again. I can't believe Maben didn't catch this ball.
Yeah, we've seen great plays by Cameron Maben. He's got it measured up, but you know what? He doesn't get back to the wall. I don't know whether he thought maybe that ball wasn't going to travel like it did, but usually an outfielder wants to get back quickly to the wall and then time it and jump. See how he's drifting. He never really gets set underneath it, enabling his glove to get up and over the wall.
And that ball just clearing the top of that 7.5-foot wall in center field. So a couple of loose outfield plays here in the 6th inning, and the Dodgers take full advantage with 2 runs.
I mean, that's a tough play for any center fielder. But I think the key to that play, and once again, he is so athletic out there, and it really doesn't surprise us if he makes that play. He just kind of drifted, not getting back to the furthest point, and then using that athletic ability to jump up and over the fence.
Isn't that amazing? Kemp has 2 home runs in the series, both of them just about 1.5 feet over the wall. Fly ball shallow right center, long run for Venable, and Maben cuts in front and makes a sliding catch. Well, he atones for the Kemp home run with a fine play on that dying fly ball by Rivera. But 2 unearned runs for the Dodgers in the 6th. Matt Kemp with a home run, Venable, and Maben. It's Maben with a steal there. Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. Well, an interesting situation now with Josh Lindblom coming in from the bullpen for the Dodgers. We have 2 pitchers in the game, both from Lafayette, Indiana. Richard older than the 24-year-old Lindblom, 4 years older, but both growing up in the home city of Purdue University. Maben with a good swing and a miss. He's been on base twice with a single, also hit by a pitch. He's stolen a couple of bases, and a hard ground ball out to third. Venable and Headley to follow against Lindblom here in the 6th. 4-2 Padres. Just replaying the home run by Kemp in your own mind, that just a difficult fielding and judging the fly balls off the bat of Kemp. They just seem to carry a lot farther than the normal human being swing produces. I think that Maben felt He had that ball all the way as he drifted back, and then finally at the wall. No room to get his feet under him and leap up to catch it and take it away. Boy, weak swing and a miss. May have been fooled by Lindblom.
Well, you know, the only thing I could say is the great catch there. We're so spoiled to see Cameron maybe play center field. He's Gold Glove caliber, but it's not that he should have made that catch. He could have made that
that's
catch.
That's a good point. That's right. Then makes a nice sliding catch on the ball hit by Rivera. Venable does not go. He is struck out 400 foot out to right center field and walked. Aaron Harang went 4 1/3, allowed 4 runs, all earned, 7 hits, 5 walks and a hit batsman, and he struck out 6. Got the Padres enjoying the lead all the way, but Kemp has gotten the Dodgers right back in it. It's 4-2.
And a sign of a good offense, any offense, trying to get those runs back in your bottom half. It was 4-0. They cut it in half to 4-2.
How about the line score up there of the Los Angeles Dodgers? 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 2 left on base.
It's too much. At least get 1 run back as we take a look.
Three and 1 now on Will Venable. Two-run homer by Kemp. The only other hit for the Dodgers, Uribe. That's a strike, and the count goes full to Venable. Only player in the game with 2 hits, Andy Perino, a single and a home run for San Diego and a walk. Pulled to first. Loney plenty of time to get the unassisted put out. 2 gone. Well, you can join the Padres Sunday, April 22nd, 2 weeks from today. They honor the men and women who serve in the U.S. Armed Forces. Military Opening Day presented by Northrop Grumman. Enjoy a special pregame ceremony before the Padres take the field against the Phillies, a 105 game. Get your tickets now at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. 2 weeks from today, the Phillies here at Petco. Headley looks at ball 1. He has walked and scored out on a hard ground ball out to first, and then he walked again in the 4th inning. 0 for 1 today. Two and 0. A couple of changeups to start Headley. Guzman on deck.
Chase Headley still looking for that first hit of the 2012 season, and early before the game in the video room. What was he doing? Watching Aaron Harang last year as a Padre, trying to pick stuff up to try to go out there and make a difference in today's game. Now he's got to deal with Lindblom. But my point is, hey, even when you're struggling, you just erase that. Attack today and try to get Aaron Harang and the rest of the Dodger pitching staff. Chase continues to do his homework diligently down there in that clubhouse.
And he was an outstanding student in high school, the valedictorian of his class, honor student, academic All-America at the University of Tennessee. He puts in his homework. Full count on Headley, and he walks for the 3rd time today. MLB on Fox season. Fox Sports proud to support Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential. Productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. Get your pin on there. It's handsome pin.
I do.
Yep.
In fact, there's a clubhouse in East County, El Cajon, that I visited. Jerry Fazio working the Boys and Girls Club there. Does a great job in East County.
Runner goes. There's the throw by Trainer, not in time. Headley has his first steal of the season. Third steal of the game for the Padres. Cameron Maven has 2.
A nice jump by Chase Headley. This time the throw is a good one from Trainer. He's been up all day working underneath. And a nice head or pop-up slide, I should say, rather than the head first slide. Gotta love that.
Remember, it was the head first slide that took Headley to the disabled list last year. He was having a great year with a bat and broke a finger sliding into second. So Guzman a chance to pick up a run here. Takes it away. 1-1. Guzman an RBI single, safe on an error, and scored on Baker's single in the third, and struck out in the 4th inning. He's picked up a base hit in each of the 4 games of this new year. Way outside. 2-1. Padres trying to salvage this final game of the 4-game series. 4-2 the lead here in the last of the 6th. Breaking ball fooled Guzman. He was pulling away, jackknifing, and that ball carved right into the strike zone.
Yeah, that's a slider that starts off the plate and catches the inside corner. That's a legitimate strike. Looked like Trainer was set up away though, so it works to the advantage of Lindblom.
3-2 count.
First base open. He might throw him another wrinkle here. Another slider down and away, maybe.
Got him swinging. It was a slider. Couple of strikeouts for Lindblom in the 6th. We go on to the 7th. 4-2 San Diego.
How about this? Padres playing with a lead. Mark Sweeney, Mike Palmer is with you just for a quick little game break. Tell you what's coming up on the post-game show. But, hey, what a vibe in that dugout, huh?
Yeah, really a lot better vibe today because they got ahead and they scored runs early. Nice to see for the Padres.
You bet. Hey, coming up on the post-game show, you don't want to miss it on this holiday Sunday. Andy Perino getting his first start. We talked about it in the pregame show, huh? Needed a spark?
He got the spark.
How about that? He goes out of the yard. We'll have the highlights for you. Also going to hear from Buddy Black. And how about Clayton Richard today, Dick and Mark? He has just been scruffling away there, doing pretty well, and, has a couple of rough pitches there to Matt Kemp, but then who in the league doesn't? So it's 4-2 and a lot of baseball left to be played.
Absolutely, Mike. You can make a claim that Richard, with a catch by Maben on the Kemp ball, would be working on a one-hit shutout here going to the 7th inning. But that's not the case. A 2-run homer for Kemp, and this is Ethier leading off the 7th. Nubs it to third. Headley across to Alonso. One away.
Oh, you love those quick first outs of any inning, especially when it's a hitter like Andre Ethier.
Brings up Juan Uribe. He's line to right and single to right. He is throwing strikes today. Very economical effort by Clayton Richard. Joe Thatcher and Luke Gregerson getting ready as Richard has gotten his team into the 7th inning. And Uribe takes a strike. First pitch strike. Well, that's been the pattern. Terrific. Ground ball right side. Perino throws him out. Have yourself a day, young man. Andy Perino with a bat, and now the glove takes a hit away from Uribe.
Couple of big league plays by Andy Perino with the stick and with the leather from both ends. Nicely done, young man. Showing some range.
Playing like he wants to stay at this big league level. Battle all through spring to make the squad as that utility infielder. James Loney is grounded out to first and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. High chopper. That's going to be tough. Headley's going to have to hurry on that high hop. And he gets him. So 3 ground ball outs by Richard, cruising along. A 2-hitter for Clayton. Seven take them out to the ball game. 4-2, and it's been a good one. Clayton Richard, outstanding. Only 2 hits allowed. A single by Uribe, the 2-run homer by Kemp. Hitting the corners, that first pitch strike.
And Dick, what that does for Clayton Richard, strike one. The hitters get defensive. They don't take good hacks. If he throws strikes early, he can throw balls later out of the zone, expand the strike zone. And that's when you get the defensive swings. And nobody appreciates it more than another left-hander, Bud Black, to his left. That's the one great thing about Bud Black, the manager for the Padres. He's always in the ear of his players. Hey, constructive criticism, but he's right there to patch on the backside. He's one of the best cheerleaders this team's got as well. Keeps things positive.
The dean of the dugout, Buddy Black. They'll beat LA. The Padres need 6 more outs. Bottom of the 7th inning, it'll be Yonder Alonso, John Baker, and Jason Bartlett against Josh Lindblom. Alonso 1 for 1, a single, a sacrifice fly, and a walk. He's been on base or has been productive all 3 of his birthday at bats. Takes ball 1. Padres good scouting at South Florida at University of Miami. That's where of course Alonso played. Also Jason Haggerty, who's in the system. That ball pulled on the right field line, but hooking foul. And Blake Chakotay also on the same Miami team.
Now we see Clayton Richard with the sweater on. He's got some handshakes and there's action in the bullpen, so we're guessing that he's done. So Clayton worked nicely on the mound. He's going to go in the clubhouse and do about 1,000 push-ups.
He does.
Harder worker than Clayton Richard.
Yeah, he wears out the equipment. The attendance today announced 19,021. Certainly looks bigger than that. So 126,000 for the 4-game series. 2-2 to Alonso. There, the Alonso clan, mother and father and sister on the far right.
Ooh, pretty good pitch. I thought it was a called strike. I thought that was, watch this pitch here. Good enough to be called a strike? You betcha. Maybe Trainer brought it out of the zone a little bit, but.
And Alonso's on base again. His second walk, along with a single and the sacrifice fly. A perfect 1 for 1 with an RBI. Second walk, Josh Lindblom has allowed. John Baker, an RBI single, ground out and struck out. Don Mattingly's team has been very generous with the walks these last 2 games. 9 walks last night. And 9 walks again today. Baker, long look at Glenn Hoffman, who goes through a series of signs. Let's see if something's in the works here.
Dick, you mentioned it the other day, but the runners, base runners, I should say, for the Padres. Hey, Bud Black believes that if you can get a jump and if you can go, unless Glenn Hoffman puts the stop sign on the not go sign. They want you to stay put.
Right side open for the left-handed hitting Baker, so Alonso not likely to be running. Pop up. Left side Uribe in position at third for the out. The first of this 7th inning, and that'll bring up Jason Bartlett. Let's check our Burger King in-game box score. Down at the bottom, Pino holding up the batting list with a 2 for 2 day and a walk, a home run, his first major league blast. RBI single for Baker and Guzman. Bartlett a bunt hit the last time up. Lindblom has a couple of interesting twitches in his set position. Last inning, a little tweak of the knee and then a little shoulder neck move.
Surprised they didn't call a balk?
Well, I'm kind of waiting for that call.
Let's see what he does here.
Chopped out in front of the plate. Lindblom to second for one, back to first, not nearly in time to double up Bartlett, but they get the lead runner, Alonso. And here comes Andy Perino. First hit of the year, line drive single to center, and then second time up, a home run to left center field, and then he took the glove out and took a hit away from Uribe from his knees.
It could be the secret weapon for these San Diego Padres, doing it with the wood and with the leather.
Two out, and Bartlett now at first base. Padres with 3 stolen bases in the game. Maben with a pair, and Headley is first of the year.
Oh,
almost.
He was leaning.
How about Boston and Detroit? We told you 3-run homer by Cabrera of the Tigers in the 9th to tie it at 10. Then the Red Sox got 2 in the 11th to lead 12-10, and the Tigers 3 in the bottom of the inning and won the game 13-12.
Those Tigers, they might score 800 runs this year. I mean, they've got
lineup.
quite an offense.
So with the Tigers sweep of the Red Sox, they're atop that American League Central 3-0. Baltimore opens the season with a sweep, so they're tied with Tampa Bay in the American League East 3-0. Runner goes, no. Ground ball right to the bag. Loney caught the bag with his foot right on it. Don't come any easier than that. 7 complete. Petco 4-2 Padres. There's the Midway aircraft carrier. That's a great visit. And then the statue honoring Bob Hope, friend of the military, as USO tours. Thanks for the memories, Bob. That's a wonderful piece of statuary because you have Hope and his likeness, and then there are several military personnel that are listening to Hope as if he is entertaining them to this day. Marines with us on this Military Sunday at Petco, and we go to the 8th inning. What a job by Clayton Richards. 7 innings, 2 runs unearned, both runs unearned, 2 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts.
Hey, Padre fans, we want to remind you, coming out to the ball yard is more fun with a group. Groups as small as 20 people can enjoy big savings, huge special seating, a scoreboard welcome, and much more. Petco Park also offers several exclusive group facilities to fit your group's needs. Reserve your ducats or private suite today by calling 619-795-5555.
That's a group a little bigger than 20 up there in right field. I hope they got a special bargain.
They take care of
special seating up there. You know, it would be something that'd be nice for us to do one of these Sundays. if we weren't so busy. The two of us go up there and you could, deliver the beverages. Maybe I'd get the hot dogs and give every guy a dog and a beverage.
I'm in.
That'd be fun. You'd like to be able to shake hands to every one of them. Matt Trainer, then the pitcher's spot. And that's Mark Ellis hitting in the 9th hole. And the top of the order for the Dodgers in the 8th against Andrew Cashner. And he goes around. 2 strikes on Matt Trainer, who's fly deep to left center and fly to medium deep left field. 4-2 San Diego here in the 8th, trying to salvage the final game of this series.
'87-mile-an-hour slider from Cashner. I've got to go ice my arm just watching it. That's impressive.
Mm. 101 miles an hour. Ball 2-2 the count. Plate umpire Scott Berry, hearing from some of the fans behind home plate, thought that was strike 3. Right back to Cashner. Better count your fingernails, Matt Trainer.
I was going to say, check around home plate for a set of thumbs.
1 out. And here's Ellis, who entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning, and it was his fly ball dropped by Venable for an error, and then he came around on the home run by Kemp for the 2 unearned runs scored by the Dodgers against Richard. Speaking of home runs, the Tigers won it on a 2-run walk-off homer by Alex Avila. 13-12 over the Red Sox. Scored 12 runs and you don't win. 98 as he takes a little off the fastball. Two and 0 to Ellis. D. Gordon next. Top of the 8th, 1 out, bases empty. Dodgers down by 2 against Bud Black's Padres on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Such an easy 98 miles an hour.
You know, as Andy Ashby, remember Andy Ashby?
Yes.
The great right-hander for the Padres would say, Andrew Cashner, free and easy.
Just effortless.
Oh. Theirs looked like a changeup at 87.
And falls behind 3-1. You want to make him swing the bat here. Bring that time run to the plate.
Challenge him with a good fastball here. Outside part of the plate. Give him right field.
He walked him. That brings the tying run to the plate.
And did you notice John Baker? He was set up right down the heart of the plate. He didn't want to have Andrew Cashner trying to, throw the perfect pitch. He's throwing 98, 99 miles an hour. Baker just set up right down the middle. Come at me, big boy.
D. Gordon, after his terrific performance last night with 3 hits, including the game winner and 3 stolen bases, held in check today. He's lined out, safe on an error, throwing error by Clayton Richard, and he struck out 0 for 3. Headley in on the grass at third. Fly ball lifted to left. Shallow. Guzman calls off Bartlett. 2 away. Well, let's take a look at action around the major leagues today. Lyle Overbay, a double and a home run and 3 RBIs for the D-backs. And Heath Bell, that's not good news. A third of an inning, a blown save, and the Reds beat Miami 6-5. And Jason Hamill only allowing 2 hits, 1 earned run.
Does this surprise you, the photo shot of Heath Bell?
Doesn't look like it.
Given the surprise look.
It's the uniform and the pose. Adam Kennedy pinch hits for Justin Sellers. So the bad news for ex-Padres, Matt Latos yesterday, his first start for Cincinnati, took the loss, and Cincinnati wins today as Heath Bell unable to save the game for the Marlins. Cashner ahead on the count, 1-1. Matt Kemp on deck. Over but low, 98 again, and Baker's going to go out and talk with Cashner. Ever dangerous Matt Kemp. He's had a terrific series. 8 runs batted in and 6 runs scored on deck. Kennedy hitting in the pitcher's spot in the batting order. Double switch when Ellis entered the game. Kennedy remembered in baseball history for that 2002 playoffs and World Series, 3 home runs in a game for the Angels. Former Cal State Northridge Matador.
Yes, he did.
No. Third base umpire Emmel says he did not go around. 3-1. Now this is a dangerous spot here. You want to pitch to Kennedy, you walk him, you bring Kemp up with 2 Dodgers aboard.
Some deep counts for Andrew Cashner, and he's got to challenge him here with a fastball, wouldn't you think?
And Kennedy's got to be looking fastball.
Absolutely.
Chance to swing here and tie it up. And he takes it on the inside corner again at 98 miles an hour. That had some movement.
Yes, it did. That is some serious giddy up. Good downward plane. Ball just jumping out of the hand of Andrew Cashner.
3-2, so Alonso will back off the bag and play behind the runner at first base. Got him swinging. A weak wave at a 99-mile-an-hour heater. Andrew Cashner. That beard fits the camo colors, doesn't it? .535 game. First 25,000 of you fans will receive a new Padres cap presented by Fox Sports San Diego. Don't wait. Buy your tickets early. Save at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Padre baseball caps and the Phillies. 2 weekends from now. Well, here he comes, the big pot.
Todd Coffey on the hill for the Dodgers. That's got to be one of the better nicknames I've heard in a long time. Or just call him Mister.
280 pounds. Big pot of coffee.
Pitched 10th inning last night, an inning.
Got the win.
Yeah, 1 walk, 1 strikeout.
See what's brewing here is Jeremy Hermida will pinch hit and fouls it away. Hermida batting for Cashner. So going to see Houston Street try to close it out in the top of the 9th inning, and he'll be facing Kemp, Rivera, and Ethier, the middle of the Dodger order. The Padres can come up with an insurance tally here in the last of the 8th.
Would be a good time to take out a policy and get a little insurance, as you mentioned.
Line drive, base hit. Solid base knock by Hermida to get things started here in the 8th. That is the 8th hit of the game for San Diego. And to the top of the order we go.
Well, in the short time of the season, into the 4th game, Jeremy Hermida now 2 for 4 in the pinch hitting role. That's a nice, easy swing. And we talk about pitchers being free and easy. Jeremy Hermida, very nice with the mechanics and singling up the center of the diamond.
Well, the injury and surgery to Carlos Quentin allowing Hermida spot on the roster. He was not on the major league roster. It was a minor league assignment. He wins a spot opening day, and he's taking advantage of it. Maben, strike 1. 1 for 3 today for Cameron Maben. A single in the 4th. He's stolen a couple of bases. Hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, came around to score. Stole 2nd and romped home on Guzman single. Marines back to Camp. Pendleton. Time called. We'll see you a couple of Sundays. I hope you had a good time at Petco. They don't, you can bet, not a lot of Sundays where you can relax like they did today.
Right.
Base hit to right field, almost hit Hermida. He had to pull up, so unable to make it to 3rd on that sharp base hit off the bat of Maben. So 2 on, line drive, singles by Hermida and Maben.
Let the power of coffee do the work. That's a heavy fastball. Hermida, nice and easy up the middle. Cameron Maben taking an elevated pitch away and shooting that hole to the right side. He barely even swung at that ball. Just got the head of the bat on the outside part of the dish for a single.
Well, that heavy fastball, decaf, huh?
Yeah.
And a couple of line drive singles, and Mattingly is going to take the ball from Coffey and make a pitching change as the Padres indeed threaten to add to their 4-2 lead here in the 8th inning. Fans and urging them on this Easter to keep the faith and keep those line drives a coming. A couple here from Hermida and Maben to lead off the 8th inning, and Scott Elbert comes in. He was part of that crazy 5th inning last night, and Venable fouls it away, trying to move the runners up. Elbert came in with the bases loaded. Wild pitched in 1 run, hit Alonso, gave up a single to Hudson that tied the game before getting the Dodgers out of a 5-run 5th inning when San Diego needed only 2 hits. 3 consecutive bases loaded walks. See if Venable is going to score again.
Nice.
Good bunt. Really good. That's going to be a base hit. You couldn't have walked out and placed the ball any better than Venable bunted. And the bases are full.
I think this may have been a case of, I've got it, you take it, as we take a look at the great technique. Pitching that bat, hitting it towards the end of the bat to deaden it a little bit. I got it? No, you got it. Well, what? There was one?
So Venable with a base hit on the sacrifice that becomes a single. Now the infield draws in for the Dodgers with no one out. Infield tied, hitter's delight for Chase Headley, batting right-handed for the first time today. Wouldn't this be a good time to come up with his first base hit of the season? He has walked 3 times and grounded sharply to first. Padre over every pillow. Hermida at third, Maben at second, Venable at first.
Try to elevate something to the outfield here.
He elevated this one. It's high and it's gone. Touch 'em all. A grand slam for Headley. Lead 8-2. Isn't that sweet? Your first hit of the season, a grand master.
You talk about going through a drought and then drilling for water and hitting Old Faithful. It's Headley. Good for Chase.
Hermida, Maben, and Venable all score as Headley drills a grand slam home run to left field. That's his 2nd career slam. Soft ground ball by Guzman to short, and Gordon throws him out easily for the first out here in the 8th.
You think that's a big sigh of relief for Chase Headley? My goodness. He put a nice, easy swing on that one. Hey, remember in spring training, we saw him hit a ball from the right side very nicely. It looked like it was a breaking ball. Got it out in front and sent it a long way in Peoria. This one counts, though.
Yeah, that's really poetic. You know, you're 0 for 12, and yeah, you want desperately to get that first hit, and you get a chance to come up with a big hit, and he does. Alonso slices that one into the first row away from D. Gordon. Let's listen to that sound. You could have your eyes closed and know that ball was hit a long way by sound alone. So 1 swing and 4 runs batted in for Headley. Alonso tied up with that fastball. It's 0-2. Alonso 1 for 1, a single, couple of walks, and knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly back in the first inning.
Dick, you know what I noticed about that at-bat to Headley? Elbert, remember what the first pitch was? It was a slider down and in, nearly skipping the ground, right? I mean, for a ball at his back foot. Elbert wanted him to swing over the top of it, and he missed big time with the next breaking ball, middle in, and he spun on it.
Ground ball to the shortstop Gordon, and he has another chance and another 6-3 put out, a little high in the throw, but Loney able to do the toe tap for the second out. With the Padres picking up 4 runs to lead 8-2, we'll see what Bud Black's call will be on the relief pitcher in the 9th inning. Houston Street was throwing. Now it's Ernesto Frieri getting loose.
Houston Street threw in the 9th inning last night, an inning 1 strikeout, so he'll get a blow this afternoon. And Big Ernesto Frieri get an inning of work.
Ernie an inning, that's tough to get out in the same sentence.
Yeah, it is.
You were still caught up in the whole coffee thing, you know, the urn.
Gotcha.
And Coffee charged with 2 of these 4 runs, and Elbert the other 2. A ball and a strike now to John Baker. RBI single and 4 at bats. Grounds this one foul. Ninth inning for the Dodgers. Kemp, Rivera in 8th here, but the grand slam diffuses some of the concern with a 2-run lead and those big hitters coming up. Off the outside edge.
Tell you what, is that a sight for sore eyes? Look at that. A 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th. And the Padres have a snowman in the run column. A couple of toothpicks in the hits column. Thanks to that man, Chase Headley.
So the snowman is 0. Toothpicks are 1.
The 8's
the 8's a snowman.
Yeah.
Baker works Elbert for a walk. 10 base on balls from Dodger pitching today. First from Elbert. And the 8th man to bat in the inning is Jason Bartlett. A bunt single in 4 trips. Ball 1. Well, looking ahead, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they're battling again. They took a couple of 1-run games against the Giants. Giants took a 6-0 lead today, but Arizona's come back. It's now 6-5 in the 7th inning. We're going to see the D-backs Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon, folks, a 3:30 game, and Thursday night. We'll give you the pitching matchups. Look forward to having you out to see the surprise team of a year ago, and many feel that they're the team to beat again this year, that they're even tougher and with an outstanding farm system. So it'll be Cahill, his first start for Arizona against Volquez on Tuesday night. Wednesday afternoon, Joe Saunders, the veteran, against Lupke. And Ian Kennedy, one of the top pitchers in baseball last year, will go against Anthony Bass, who will pick up Mosley's spot in the rotation on Thursday night. Two and 1. 91 on that fastball, threw it right through the swing of Bartlett. Three and 2. Well, my family always enjoys 60 minutes on Sunday nights. Kind of a ritual. We sit down and with the kids and talk about whatever the issues might be. Saddened by the news today that Mike Wallace passed at age 93.
What a great journalist he was.
He could ask the tough questions. There's a line drive, base hit to left field. Runner will pull up at second. Baker, even though he was running on the pitch, as the Padres now have hit around in the 8th inning. Bartlett's second hit.
We've seen some great swings this afternoon, and Jason Bartlett joins the hit club again. As Dick mentioned, his second hit. Nice and easy. Let the pitcher come to you, staying back, let the ball travel. We heard Mark Sweeney talk about that many times, talking about hitting. And the Padre hitters are doing just that this afternoon.
As we said yesterday, you need the virus. You know, it's contagious. You get that hitting virus. And look at the lineup. All 9 positions in the lineup have a base hit for the Padres today. 2 hits for Bartlett and Pino at the bottom end of the order. And Hermida in the 9th spot picked up a hit to start this inning.
It's going to be nice to tune into the postgame show. Plenty to talk about. I mean, you know, the Padres still have to get 3 outs there in the 9th inning. But a lot of positives, a lot of good things for the San Diego Padres this afternoon.
Here's Perino, 2 on, 2 out.
But mostly you want to see Mike Pomerantz. That's why you want to stick around for the postgame show.
Not Mark Sweeney?
No, yeah, he's cool. I want to know how he knocks down that shine on that dome of his out there. I got to get some tips from
that no glow.
No glow. So there's soul glow and then no glow.
Yes,
I need the no glow.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
But you know, if you look carefully,
you see anything into the future there?
I really can. I can predict great things for you this year. It's going to be really a. There's a little something over here in the cortex. Very little something over there. Oh, you're good. You're a good sport. 0-2 to Perino, and he gets him swinging. A ball dropped by the catcher trainer, and they make the out at first base, and that's it. Padres hit around in the 8th. They pick up 4 on 1 swing. A beauty. Headley grand slam, and the Padres have an 8-2 lead. Brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by Burger King, the proud sponsor of opening week baseball. So the 9th inning we go here at Petco Park. Guys getting ready up by the Tony Gwynn statue for our post-game report on Padres Live. And Tony Gwynn would have been proud of the swing Chase Headley put on that grand slam drive. And an 8-2 advantage for the Padres here in the top of the 9th. Ernesto Frieri on the mound.
Oh, a chance for Ernesto Frieri to get an inning of work and some serious wiggle room. The Padres up by 6. And you know, it's quite frankly, Bud Black looks at the way the game is going. Well, who might need an inning of work to try to iron some things out? We know that Ernesto Frieri sometimes is a little erratic. Nothing better than a quick 1-2-3 inning here for Ernesto.
Kemp, a 2-run homer. 1 for 3. Counting for the 2 Dodger runs, unearned. Inning should have been over. Mark Ellis was safe on a drop fly ball by Venable. And Kemp's ball will be interesting to hear what Maben has to say, whether if he could replay it, if that ball was in his leaping reach had he gotten to the wall a bit sooner. He just wasn't able to get there in time to lift off. As it appeared, it just barely cleared that 7.5-foot fence. 2-0, And Ferrari has a strike. He did something that had everybody shaking their head on opening night. He didn't allow a run, pitched 1 inning, 38 pitches in 1 inning, and didn't give up a run.
How awesome is that?
6 batters.
You don't see that every day at the ball yard.
Gave up a hit, a walk, a hit batsman, and a lot of foul balls before he got the Dodgers out in the 9th inning. 38 pitches in 1 inning with no runs. That's hard to do. And the count now full on Kemp. So he comes out, Ernesto Frieri, and already about to throw a 6th pitch of this inning. Fly ball down the right field line, slicing and foul. Hermida, as you saw, has stayed in the game in right field. Venable moves from right to left field. And one of the 19,021 fans here today gets a souvenir as Hermida tosses that foul ball into the bleachers in right. Foul off first. Alonso will watch that fall back in the crowd.
Hey, Dick, you know everybody loves fireworks, right?
Oh, yeah.
We saw some great ones the other night. Well, chance to catch the Padres as they battle the Fightin' Phils of Philadelphia Friday, April 20th at 7:05. Stay after the game for a spectacular fireworks show. Be sure to buy your tickets early for any 2012 game and save a lot of dough at Padres.com.
High fly ball to right. Long run for Hermida, and he gets it in foul territory. Kemp fouls out to right. 1 away. Matt Kemp. A 2-run homer, but 1 for 4 today. Here's Juan Rivera. Flied out twice to center and grounded out. Good play made by Maben, skidding on the grass in right center field for a shallow fly ball last time up. Excuse me, Mark. That's when Frieri's at his best with that kind of crossfire action and hits the outside corner to a right-hander.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Great minds think alike, right?
Vortex.
But not only that, but you know, Ernesto sometimes has that herky-jerky motion, and that particular pitch you were talking about, it seemed like he smoothed it out and had that crossfire action, which the deception comes into play, and that's what makes him so effective.
Right back, and the count is 2 strikes now on Rivera. This is where too often Frieri gets ahead 0-2 and then nibbles, and the next thing you know, it's 3-2 and a couple of foul balls, and that pitch count climbs. This will be the 12th pitch of the inning. 1-2 on Rivera.
See, I think sometimes Ernesto can underestimate his fastball. I mean, like sometimes some pitchers can do. They don't trust it enough.
93 on that one.
Not bad. That's firm.
Lined into left field. Rivera has his 5th hit of the series.
Yeah, out of the hand of Frieri, it looked like it was almost a changeup. This ball go. Yeah, it looked like it was going down, or it was a backup slider. One of the two. But speeding up the bat of Juan Rivera.
Only the 3rd Dodger hit of the game. 1 out here in the 9th. Ethier has grounded out, safe on a throwing error. Well, that was the ball dropped by Richard, his 2nd error, and then grounded out to 3rd. Curveball for a strike. Ethier with 3 hits in the series, all extra bases. 2-run double, 2-run double, and a 2-run triple. And he hits this ball deep to right field. Hermida going back. And Ethier has hit a home run. It's 8-4. Another extra base knock. He now has 8 RBIs in the series, and each of his hits has been for 2 runs driven in. A pair of 2-run doubles, a 2-run triple, and now a 2-run home run.
And I'm kind of perplexed why Ernesto Frieri is flipping up breaking balls there. Speeds up the bat of Ethier to where it's late in the game. You need 2 more outs. Hey, make him hit your fastball. If you're going to throw him a breaking ball, make darn well sure that it's in the dirt and out of the zone.
Now Uribe as the Dodgers still down 4. Their mood improved on the Ethier home run. Houston Street back up, starting to get ready in the bullpen for the Padres. Ball 2, 2-0.
Here's what I'm talking about. Watch the breaking ball. Soft roller, down and in, right into the sweet spot, the nitro zone for Ethier. Challenge him with a fastball away. Make him go the other way.
That was right in his swing groove, wasn't it?
And the last thing you want to do, I mean, even though Houston Street, hopefully Ernesto Frieri gets out of this, right? But Houston Street is up. He's got to go through his routine. He's got to throw some pitches to get hot. And even if he doesn't get into the game, that takes a little bit out of the closer.
It's been the second time he's been up.
Right.
2-1.
There's a good heater.
93. Count 2-2.
Go right after him.
Look at the pitch count. Here is 20th pitch coming up. Off the fist, and that's playable. Alonso near the dugout, and just wasn't hit high enough as Baker and Alonso come up a yard short.
Great effort.
Uribe still alive.
Look at John Baker. That's old school. He's got the eye black, got the hat turned around backwards. He's going with the hockey mask. Off with the mask, flash look. Little help from his teammates.
Into the boards.
So that's tough running with that gear on as well.
Curveball, and the count is full on Uribe. James Loney is on deck.
Pitch count getting up there. 22 coming at you right here.
Off the fist. Just missed that one. Venable camped under it. And the Dodgers down to their final out.
See, that kind of proves my point. 3-2, fastball count. He's up by 4. He's not going to dilly-dally around with a breaking ball. Uribe got a fastball. He couldn't catch up to it. End of story.
Loney 0 for 3, all on ground outs, including a double play ground ball to Perino at second back in the 5th inning. Padres off to a good start, and here in the series, the team that scored first, if the Padres get this final out, will go on to win the game. 1-1.
Way behind.
2 in the first off Aaron Harang. Perino solo homer in the 3rd, another in the 4th inning for a 4-0 lead. Then Kemp's 2-run homer in the 6th made it 4-2. Grand slam Headley in the bottom of the 8th, 8-2, and a 2-run homer Ethier here in the 9th. 2-1 to Loney.
You notice something after that breaking ball home run? Frieri has not thrown a breaking ball near the strike zone, hoping they'll fish for it, and he's been aggressive with the fastball. Maybe he's got a little chapped. He's going after these guys. Look at that. Coming right after him.
And Loney and the Dodgers down to their final strike. Well, the Padres only 12 hits in the first 3 games, 29 innings, but they got 12 today. the doorstep of their first win of the year. Beat LA, the cry of the San Diego faithful, and so it is as Loney goes down swinging, and the Padres celebrate their first win of the season, 8-4. Chase Headley's grand slam, the key in an 8-4 victory. Padres Live brought to you by Cox is right around the corner. Mike Pomerantz, what do you have in store today?
Well, we've got a big post-game show for you, Dick. Mark fans, be sure to stick around. Boy, we're going to have to talk about Andy Perino, certainly. Chase Headley, the story with a monster blast. We're going to have that for you. Clayton Richard with a really nice start, not to be lost with all this offense. We'll have that. You're going to hear from Buddy Black. Also an instructional. Left-handed pitchers, pay attention. News and notes coming up on the post-game show. We'll see you in a moment.